The 89th legislative session is in full swing. Thousands of bills have been filed already by legislators, but some of these can get overlooked, even on critical legislation. That's why we've asked legislators to come to TPPF to discuss their bills to ensure that you are on top of the most important issues making their way through the Texas Capitol. This is The Layout. I'm Caroline Welton, Campaign Director of TPPF's Center on Health and Families. Today, I have the privilege of speaking with Senator Kevin Sparks, discussing SB 881. Senator Sparks is from Senate District 31. Welcome to The Layout, sir.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Of course. Well, SB 881, as I understand, creates two new pathways for physician licensing, one for military veterans and one for folks who got their license out of state. Can you tell us a little bit about what inspired this legislation? What sparked the need for it?
Well, sure. With the unprecedented growth of Texas, we're seeing a drastic shortage of medical professionals across the board. And that's even more amplified when you look at rural Texas. And so my district, District 31, has 45 counties, and out of those 45 counties, we have 15 that have no medical professional in the county.
Wow.
And so, you know, when the state is already short on professionals, it makes it increasingly more challenging to get professionals to move to rural Texas.
Wow. I didn't realize there's that many counties. Well, can you tell us a little bit about the mechanics of this bill? What does it do?
Sure. So what it's going to do is it's trying to reduce barriers for already practicing medical professionals to move to Texas. Mm-hmm. So we call it the Doctor Act, cleverly named, which stands for Decreasing Occupational Certification Timelines, Obstacles, and Regulations. Doctor. Yeah, we've gotten a lot of comment on that. It's been very popular. So it has basically three parts. One, it's international physicians. Mm-hmm. So it removes residency requirements for qualified international physicians. The second is for military veteran physicians. Utilizes trained military veteran physicians by establishing a long-term licensure pathway. And then the third thing, graduate physicians. It provides access to training and primary practice for medical school graduates who do not receive a residency match. And so, you know, on the first two, you've got physicians that have been practicing in different forums, and all we're trying to do is encourage them to move to the state, right? We've got all kinds of other programs where we're trying to train up medical professionals just as quickly as we can. We're just trying to reduce regulatory barriers for already practicing physicians. These are folks who, you know, hit the ground and day one, they're bringing medical expertise to their field.
So would this help cut down on residency shortages as well, do you think?
Yes. I think it will help. There are a lot of things that the legislator has been contemplating. We addressed some of those in the 88th, but more than that, I think it's going to again bring medical professionals that are already practicing and set them up for success here in Texas.
That's awesome. Well, as you mentioned before we started rolling, you know, there's a lot of talk about physician licensing reform. Have you gotten any pushback on this, or what kind of comments are you hearing?
Well, so we've had a lot of good conversations, and my staff has worked really hard on this bill. had a lot of conversations with most of the different stakeholders, and I think they're seeing the wisdom in this bill and the way that it's not bending any rules. These people are already qualified. They still will be admitted by the medical board. And so we're not cutting corners. We're not reducing the quality of care here. We're just wanting to make Texas the place that those doctors want to move.
Well, I think that's just great. Thank you for bringing forward this bill, Senator.